Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. We will have a look at main pairs, important levels and possible entry points. So I'll share with you what pairs I will be concentrating on and the areas where I will be looking to place my orders, buy or sell. It's usually pending orders with a distance of 20 to 25 pips from the levels. And I had a bit of the video during the week with a little bit of my trades, how I was trading at the opening of the market. And afterwards, I also had actually the results of some trades video later, but I didn't recorded it. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of more busy time, so that's why then I'll have a little bit of look through the my trades this week and what I will be concentrating on this coming week. So most important, of course, we will have a lot of attention on pound. So I will be trading pound, and we have Bank of England decision rate, possibly some commentary, and that would be one of my main events, and concentrations on dollar, US dollar with the FOMC minutes, and also dollar might get a little bit stronger this week, and because of this coming from China coronavirus, you call it. So that could possibly be the main news events and to pay attention this week, which can make markets to move. So starting with euro dollar, and here's the I have 4-hour chart, and remember previously, so in the video I was showing that I was placing my pending orders buy and sell using that channel, and you remember last week, that's what I was telling you. I was expecting to have some consolidation here, and I was thinking that the market will not break, the pair will not break this area until at least Brexit. But you can see dollar got a bit stronger because of this virus now, and so that made pretty much all dollar pairs, dollar quite strong against the other pairs. So you can see pretty much, I believe, because of that, we had a breakout of the level. So that's where I had my order, which worked out. So I went into the trade here, and I'm still actually in trade. So you see these blue arrows, the trades were placing with my EA. So right now I'm also in a trade with this pair, which is a sell, and I'm going to keep it for now. And hopefully the pair will continue the way down to the next level. So that's quite expectation. Of course, before that it might have a little bit of consolidation on the way, and then continue its way, or of course it might have a bit of a correction. So it's all possible, so it might have a bit of a correction. So for the new entry points at this moment, that was the good entry point which I pointed out for a while before saying that. So that was a good entry point. And so to look for the next entry point is, of course, to wait for some of that consolidation which I said about now, or a bit of a correction. Maybe it will create a little bit of the bearish flag, who knows. Of course, at the same time it might go back to this level again and consolidate around it. So any type of consolidation, that's what I will be waiting for as another possibility of entering in other trades. So if it will continue the way down, of course, then well, it might stop somewhere in the middle, right? So around here, this area, or go straight to the next level before it will decide to go for some kind of correction. So pretty much all will be depending on what kind of news are going to be, especially FOMC also news, which it might, who knows, it might make it all different picture. So like I'm saying at this moment, I'm expecting the pair continue the way down, but if there will be some weaker news for American dollar, then of course it might all turn around. So if it will turn around and go to this level and jump in, so I would still look at this area as the next possibility. So that's my view on euro dollar. Now going to dollar yen. I haven't had any trades this week for dollar yen, so I missed the trades. I had placed my pending orders buy all this week, but if you see with all this news, as yen got stronger, so dollar still haven't finished, dollar yen hasn't finished that movement up what I was expecting, and broke and went down. So I was hoping it will consolidate in this area, which also it didn't, and it broke even further. So pretty much again, possibly with all this news what's happening right now, I would expect possibly pair to continue the way down. So if it will have a little bit of return to this area, then I will be looking to possibly place the order sell, but depends again on the news, what kind of news and where it will stop. Might go to the next level and start to consolidate here. Then I would look, if it will go to this level, then I would look to possibly place both directions again, pending order buy and pending sell stop. So, but at this moment I have no entry, so, and I'll just wait for next what it's going to do. Australian dollar. Also, it's coming closer to my area, which I was telling you about. So as you can see, it stopped here, and so one of the expectation was that it quite could possibly stop here, but still for the best to finish that movement because of this uptrend channel level. So I would expect pair to go inside in this area and possibly have a bit of consolidation. So you see, because of this news in China, it also affects the Australian dollar. And if it will be this bad news with the virus continue, then I would expect a pair break that level and actually go down to the next level. So yes, if it will start to consolidate here, I will possibly place my pending order sell. And if it will be before the news event for American dollar, if it will sit in here before that, then I will be placing both directions orders. Like I'm saying, need to listen what is happening with this virus in China. So that's why if it will just go down here, then I will place the pending order sell. If it will consolidate here, both directions, I will place the order. So I will also probably will not place with the stop loss because it can be very chaotic and reaction you see on this possibly temporary news, because we still haven't finished a correction pretty much in this downtrend channel, because we had you see it's quite a lot of downtrend channel movement using this level and that level. So I would have presumed we should have finished this at least and then turn around or breaking out, for example. But at this moment it's finishing nicely that movement in here, and yes, it can turn around or you see it can continue the way down because of this different mixed news we have at this moment. So is it a possible correction of this downtrend of Australian dollar? So just waiting for that consolidation area. So dollar Canadian, well, you see finally the pair moved, had a move. Remember, I also had the pending orders here all the way buy and also pending orders sell. So I had this big channel, and actually pair jumped up quite sharply based on the news. And unfortunately, one of the accounts, it didn't pick me up, didn't get me into the trade. So I missed that beautiful trade. And so now also you see with this news expecting the dollar to continue the way up, and I was expecting it to back into this area where I actually had buy order once again, and I had a small channel here and I had another buy order, but it didn't move strong fast enough. So that's why for this coming week I created, you see that area came out from the previous consolidation. We had it here, and we had a little bit this area too. So it's kind of looking like a bit of the important area, and I presume I actually made a little bit of a triangle because this is 4-hour chart. If we go on a 1-hour chart, then it could be a little bit better picture. As you can see, it might give me that triangle. And so if it will go down and into this area, then I will be placing the orders from this level. Okay, so like I had here a bit of the channel, and I placed my order buy, but I didn't touch it because it was end of the week and it wasn't strong enough anymore. So, but it had a bit of a correction. So that's why it might have a consolidate before the news for American dollar, or influenced by the news from China, of course. So if it would be more influential, then it might break it and just continue the way up. So of course I will look how the market will open. So right now I can't say if it will jump out and start to consolidate on top. Then I will be looking to place my pending order buy from this area. But I need to see still how the market will open. It might have a gap, might have jump out, or maybe a gap down, who knows, but I would presume more a gap up because of the China news. So that's why if there is nothing's happening and it just moves in here, so that's why I will be using this bit of a triangle. It still can go down with a bit, if we look more technically, let's say, it would have a bit of a correction more. You see, I would expect more a bit of a correction, go down, and then continue the way up. So that would be more logical. But with the news, of course, it might just ignore all of this and just go continue the way up without any corrections. So that's why I will be looking at placing my pending orders buy. So at that point. So now we're going to gold. I also did not have any trades for gold because it was very messy. You can see it had jumped up, jumped down, bit up, down, up, down. So it was not did not give me any nice and good consolidations, because you know, for gold I like to go for consolidation at least for 1 day, maybe 2 days, and these ones were small little consolidations, then not very good ones, very little ones again. A lot of movements at Asian session, where I don't really like to trade during Asian sessions because I usually sleep. If depends on which time zones I am right now. In the time zone it's not easy for me to follow it. So of course I could have used my levels here in place, just buy every time from that level, buy orders and sell pending orders like I quite do sometimes. But because with this a very mixed news, I decided to not get into the trades. And to be honest, at this moment also it's quite difficult for me where to put it. I mean, okay, right now it quite looks like a bit of the bullish flag to me, and so it started to break out, and I would expect, my most expectation would be that it should continue the way up, and well, it might create a double top. So you see, for example, I can place again the levels of where it was here before the spike, so maybe it will go and start to consolidate here, and then I can use that area. So that's why I'm going to leave this level for now. I'm taking this out. So if it will have a bit of like a double top, then expectation, of course, that could go to the next top here. But anyway, so that's the area I will look at first. And with this mixed, you see, because the mixed news, gold is going up because of uncertainty with Brexit, and you see with this China, but at the same time dollar is also has more good news for dollar, and so that's why it might be very messy once again. So if there is nothing something strong, then it might just have a bit of the move and then go down and then give us the double top. But if there will be something which can make gold continue the way up, so then breaking up and then continue is a, like I said, it could possibly end up as a little bit of the flag and a bullish flag. So then it can go, you see like the distance of that, it moved, so it can continue and have quite a good move up. So that's why I'm not sure, maybe because gold is very unpredictable, it can move, you see, like there is quite a lot of movements without a good correction for a long time, so maybe I would just stay away this week. But we'll see, like I'm saying, if it will give me a good consolidation. Also, I'm trying to see, like looking on a bigger picture here, because that was like a very big bullish flag, and if we will look between like how this formation, you see when it's first time it jumped, then a bit of the consolidation, and then jumped again and then gave this flag. So this could be the same halfway through, it still might have a bit of consolidation and then go down a little bit and then continue the way up. So you see, that's why I not 100% sure, well 99 let's say percent sure about gold going up or going down, but that's the level I think I'm going to look at. So see if it's going to have any jumps at the opening of the week, and if it will jump down, then back again to the level. So you see, I might correct the levels a little bit to use a bit different tops. That's why it gives too many tops to look at, and not a good positions for me, where I like to see the good consolidations at levels. I don't see it at this moment. You see, even trying to put it into the trend channel, you see, it's like quite hard. I mean, okay, it's kind of like this I could do, but there are still wings hanging out. You see this wing, so it could be higher, it could be lower, because usually I like to use the candles bodies, and here, and then after the body is finished, to use the tops of the candles, the wings. And you see, it's quite not easy, and here is also very uncertain, because that top was higher, this lower, that's high again. So if you just try to take this one and put in that, that's why I'm saying it's a bit not as clear for me. I'll just wait and see for this first position. So that's how I see gold at this moment. Euro pound, Okay, my expectation was that euro pound will just stay a bit on the range in this area. Okay, it went down a bit more. If well, pound got a bit stronger this week. So with because the news, you see, guys, because of a bit better economical news for pound, it got a little bit stronger, and now concentration on interest rates. They might not change interest rates because the good economical numbers, but you see still with Brexit it can't be good, at least at the beginning, right? So that's why I would still expect possibly this week maybe there will be some you know effect with the news, maybe some good news for pound, and there will be short-term jumps, and then on Friday, right, the 31st, we're going to have when it's going to be kind of official out of EU for UK. Well, except quite possibly the market could already accept it anyway. So anyway, with all this like mixed news, and I still more towards pound going down until something else. So that's why I'm here. I have the area, and quite possible I will be placing the pending orders buy for euro pound finally, maybe from this level. Okay, so I'll just see again how the market would open. Will it sit in here, or maybe it will jump down? Who knows? Or jump up? That's why if it will not make any sharp movements, I'll just wait for the consolidation here a little bit, and I will be placing pending orders buy. So that's how I see it. But you see, it could be a wing, so well, except it's quite a bit of the wing like this here, which is kind of gives a little bit of a little signal of the turning around, right, with this candle. So that's why I would be more towards here to buy and to see, well, possibly go up. I don't know how strong the reaction will be. Obviously, I don't know. And so the entry point would be here for me. So now going to pound dollar. And you see that's what I'm trying to say. We were here. I had actually sell here, which was closed because it turned around and a small profit I made. And I had a sell order here. When it went up, I had a sell order here again. So okay, it went up more, and then I had another sell here because I had a consolidation, and then I was closed, and I decided not to go for any until this coming week. So what is it now? You see, kind of a little bit put it in a triangle. Plus minus, once again we have this jumped out of the it's the wing on the daily chart, so you can see it's a little bit something like this possibly. So that's what I was saying to you when we started here. We had it here, it was looking like a triangle using the complete wing, and that's what I'm saying. With this type of triangles, it's very tricky on a bigger time frames. You see, when I started to move, I could move and find where the other tops, you see, because it's more now looking like using the bodies of the candles. So it's pretty much we're still kind of in triangle, and of course I would still more look towards going down and breaking up and probably go to the next level. So I see the picture. If there will be not very good news for pound on Bank of England decision, I think it will push it down, and obviously with Brexit I see it pushing down, and at least possibly to this area. So, and maybe here it will start to have a bit of correction finally. I mean, of course, it depends how strong it will accept it. It might continue all the way down. So obviously also the news for dollar, right? So all the mix of this news can push pound back down once again. So with a little bit positive news, you see we have this quick jump like here with the good economical news. It jumped up and then down, jumped up again. So yeah, if there will be some good news, we can see might have consolidation here before the news, and then break down if there's bad news for a pound, or jump up again. But like I'm saying, I think it could be temporary, because I still believe with the Brexit news on the 31st, it still should push pound down, okay, at least temporarily once again. And then afterwards it might be a little bit of more reaction on what's coming between UK and the EU. what the relationship is going to be, right? What the agreements are going to be. So that's why my next entry point, some consolidation around here, and I will be still looking placing the sell order from this level, consolidation here, and I will be looking to place the sell orders from this level. And then of course if it will go down, depends if it will stop somewhere in the middle or go to the next level, and then we will see. So that's kind of my view. If it will jump up, just like you see here, when it's jumped, and I was waiting for some consolidation, placing orders, so it would be the same. If it will go back up, depends, it will go up behind, underneath the level or on top of it. I will be still looking, placing the pending order sell, at least for now. So that's a view on the pound dollar. And now we're going for pound yen. Pound yen did quite well for me this week. I have been selling it once again all the way. So you see again at the beginning of the week it started to have consolidation. I had my sell pending order from this level. I was not taking in it. That's what I'm saying. I'm having 25 pips below the levels or above the levels. I didn't have any buy orders. I only had sell orders once again. So I had no trading here. When it jumped up, I had placed the sell order from that level. It went up, down again, very little trade. When it jumped up again, then I used this little consolidation. I placed another pending order sell. That's where it worked out. Then I went down to the next level. Once again, I had another sell order. When it had a jump after the news, I had exactly the same. I had a sell order, and right now I'm actually in a profitable trade, balancing. So if it will have a bit of consideration now, like where to go into the next trades, it's all the same levels I'm using. So you see, it started to have a bit of consolidation. If there will be no jumps, anything down, or no jumps up, and we'll have consolidation, I will be topping up once again. So small consolidation, I will place my pending order sell and go to the next level. If it will consolidate, I will be placing the sell order. You see, like I'm saying, it could be below the level, could be slightly on top of the level, could be in the middle of the level, but I have those levels from the previous trades. That's why I will be looking for those small consolidations and placing my pending orders. Once again, I will be looking, placing orders, pending order sell, because pound yen, and the yen is, you see, getting stronger when there are not very good news from China. So that's why I will be looking at seeing dollar and yen getting a bit stronger against pound and possibly other pairs too. So that's why I still looking more towards selling it. So that's my views, guys, on the market for this coming week on the main pairs. I will try. Sorry, I didn't post on my blog last week. I actually had screenshots, but again, I was too busy with some other things and I didn't have time to post it. I will have a look through the pairs, especially the pound pairs, where I will be looking at possibly entry points, and I will post it on my blog, janafx.com. And EA I'm using for trading is my EA JanaFX line trader, and information, more details on it, you can find in the description under this video. So you can also join any of my groups on Facebook, which is JanaFX, also Forex with JanaFX, or you can join me on Telegram, which is probably better on Telegram because it's faster to post there, which also you can find my me by name JanaFX. So happy trading, everyone, and I talk to you next week. Bye.